Stock Talk. This is your host, Scott. Hope you had a good weekend this past weekend, long weekend, Memorial Day. Market was closed yesterday, but we did open up today and ended up closing up a little bit green today for the portfolio. Did make a couple of purchases of Novavax in the cash account. So we're still adding to that, trying to cost average that a little bit in the cash accounts. Not going to do that in the IRAs. We're going to just hang tough where we're at in the IRAs because we've got enough shares there. I don't mind being a little bit more risky with the cash account. With those IRAs, that's retirement, so we don't get too risky with that if we can help it. So we're going to leave those alone. We did add to them just a week or so ago, but that's about all we're going to do there as far as Novavax goes. But really got confidence in Novavax. I think everything's going to be fine once some news starts coming out. So I want to build a good position in it. I think it's going to head back up one of these days. I appreciate everybody watching the videos. Don't forget to subscribe if you haven't already. Don't forget to like the video if you like the content. And so what we're going to do tonight is we're just going to kind of look at the portfolio. Pretty short video tonight, but we're going to just take a look at the portfolio, talk about what it did today, and maybe what we may do this week as well as far as trades go. So let's go ahead and cut over to our portfolio. And as you can see here, we did have a green day today on the Dow. It was green. The NASDAQ was green, as you can see the little chart here, but it did get back into the red, and S&P was green and went in red. And some of our stocks kind of followed that same chart there. So crude oil was up a little bit, and if you got any oil stocks, they've been doing pretty good. All right, so first on our list is Tesla. You can see here Tesla started out pretty good this morning. Over here at this little chart here, we'll go ahead and pull the chart up, take a look at it. But it did start out pretty good in the green, and then it sold off with the market and closed in the today, just barely, pretty flat. We're about even on this one right now. Maybe up a little bit as far as might be in the green, actually a little bit. When I looked earlier at one time today, we were up almost 2% at one time as far as the portfolio goes. So I could have took some CD money off the table, but I really think we're going to get a 6% deal out of this one. So we're just going to try to do that. All it would take is a little good news. I did see an article earlier where there was something about Elon's tweets not being managed by the company. So we'll see if that from the SEC. So we'll see if that affects anything tomorrow. All right. MSTR, that's our Bitcoin stock, more or less. They keep everything in their treasury in Bitcoin. So Bitcoin had a pretty good weekend. It's trading in that 35, 34 range, and the thought process was it was going to be a bad long weekend, and it held up really well during the weekend. So nothing major there. The stock was up. This is going to be up with Bitcoin usually, and also anytime you see that NASDAQ go up, it seems to be following that as well, but especially the Bitcoin. And so we're holding that one down on it still, but that's a good one. We feel like, just a way to play Bitcoin in your IRAs, since you can't buy Bitcoin. GBTC would be another way to do that. We also had that Hut mining here that is another way to do that. But next on the list is U.S. Steel. This is U.S. Steel. It's been on a tear here lately. This infrastructure talk has it going up. I guess inflation, all the prices going up on everything, not hurting it either. But you can see that nice 5-day chart there. Very nice chart. You could have got in at 23 and a half and been out at 26 and a half if you'd played it right. But we're not holding any of this. We've traded it pretty good this year. I think we traded a couple times this year. I know we did last year. So that's been a good one for us. I'm not sure if we've done it this year. I think we traded early this year with it, but I hadn't done anything with it lately because I like it around that 20. I actually used to like it under 20, but now it's not getting there anymore. But 22, maybe 23, if you can get in around that area, that might be the next place I would get in at. All right, Hut 8 Mining Corporation. Again, this is a Bitcoin play. Started out the morning well, and then it kind of sold off before the day was over with. Let's take a look at that 5-day chart on that one. You're down just a little bit on the 5-day chart. So until Bitcoin takes off, that is not going to do a whole lot. But they are a mining company that holds a lot of Bitcoins. So that's why we've got them as well. Novavax, of course, this is the one we're watching. This is the one we're waiting on. This is the one that's done as well over the last 3 years or so. And so started out the day in the green, and just like everything else, sold off. Tried to fight back to the green a couple of times, and then it sold off towards the end of the day. But we did buy today at two different areas. I think it was around 143 and 144. So not a bad place to be picking some up. But we're just kind of trying to cost average on that. I think we are about 190, 191 or something now on the cash account, and probably 205 or 210 on the IRA. So that's got a ways to go. But we've seen this before. As you can see here, this was the run up to the high of the year of 331. Then you had some other ones here that ran up from these levels, almost these levels. This has been a new low, but just waiting on that news. Once we get it, it's going to get there. They're going to have some, they're going to have earnings, revenue, and all that good stuff in the next year or so. So this could be a longer term hold, but I expect it to hit this, get us in the green before the year's over with. So I can wait that long. It's not a big deal. All right, so that's a good one. I like that one. And if you haven't got in it, these are good levels. I mean, I'm not giving you any kind of financial advice, but these are good levels. As long as nothing comes out terrible as far as the news goes, I don't see that happening. But things like that can happen on these pharmaceutical stocks, and buddy, when it does, it hurts. So got to be careful. This one here is the Virgin Galactic. It had been doing pretty good, but today it sold off a good 7%. It had been picking up a little bit. You can see the little trend we had going there, and then today it kind of sold off a little bit. But hopefully it'll pick back up tomorrow. The volume's still looking pretty good on it. Not sure if these type of stocks here, sometimes I get caught up in that Reddit trading, the what they call it, meme trading, where they want to drive up prices on some of these that are shorted. So not sure if that was getting caught up in that. Tilray's also been inching up here lately. It's probably one of our best ones in the last month. Let's take a look at that 5-day chart here. So you got 15 all the way up to about 17. So not a bad little run there in the last 5 days. But we're way off on that one, so we're not going to worry about that one right now. May buy some of that in the other accounts later on, just to kind of cost average the other mistake that we made. But that's we got time to do that. Next one is Nikola. Nikola, they've been doing pretty good here lately too. As far as I think they're like our second best that we've had here lately. You can see that nice little trend from about $12 all the way up to 15 and a half. So nothing wrong with that. But we've got a ways to go on that one as well. But I feel like the news may start coming out on this one before the year's over with. That was a long-term buy when I bought it. So, if we could have got a quick trade, we would have. But I knew this could be a long-term trade. And, that's time frame is, I've got years, so I'm not worried about it. I like to make these quick trades though, so I like to have that cash back on the sideline, and just in case the market pulls back. But right now we're pretty heavy in. I think we're in the 20% range or 17% range of the cash levels, and a little bit lower than I want to be. But when Tesla gets down there as low as it's been, and Novavax gets down as low as it's been, I've got to go a little heavy in there on those things, and uh, it will pay off eventually, I believe. So sometimes you just got to go in, and of course those are the times that you can get caught as well. And the next thing you know, you're stuck in the market for a long period of time because uh, the whole market pulls back. You got to be careful. But we will ride it out no matter what happens. That's what we do. We don't sell just because the market pulls back. We don't sell when the stock pulls back. That's how they get your money. And you don't want them getting your money. You want to get theirs. So watched a couple of videos on YouTube this week, and I've seen it for years because I've been doing this for years. But there are definitely games that are being played uh, with these stocks, with Bitcoin, and those kind of things. So uh, you just gotta wait people out sometimes, and just not pay attention day to day. Sometimes if it causes you heartburn and that kind of thing, just don't look at it as much. It doesn't bother me. I can look at it because it doesn't bother me. I've seen it happen for so many years, and I've just got that kind of mentality where the ups and downs don't bother me because I really look at the downs as opportunities, especially when I've got that cash on the sideline. So, uh, but you got to have the right mindset. And if you haven't seen, I've got a couple of videos on strategy, and it kind of talks about some of that. And it's all relative. It's another video I think I've got out there. So go check those out sometimes, and just kind of gives you an idea of the way I think and the way this market works sometimes. But hope you have a great rest of your week in trading. We'll check back in with you probably on Friday after the market closes, and we'll see where we're at as far as how we did for the week. All right. Well, have a great evening, and don't forget to subscribe by clicking this button right here if you haven't already done that. Thanks. Bye.